it compared to my old machine. It was definitely, it just felt like a much smoother wash.
Very simple to operate.
I think the digital display is quite nice as well. It's, I like the colour. Yeah, very bright.
It looked interesting and I couldn't wait to use it. So I like the digital display. I like the fact that there's no more dial to have to turn anymore. It looked like something that was going to fit well into my kitchen and yeah, very good.
I love the way that we could change the intensity of the cycles. You could lower it down if it was particularly delicate, or you could change the temperature. And the spin cycle, if you could either lower it or take it off altogether if you didn't need it.
I used the time saver when I used the programme for the bedding, and everything came out perfectly, so I was really happy with it.
In Scotland we have very bad weather for most of the year, so we're always using the tumble dryer. So the real reason that I was kind of impacted by the Hotpoint was the eco-efficiency. So I used the eco-cycles most of all because I was interested to see what detergents I could use at lower temperatures.
I've used all the fast washes, from the 30 degree, the 40, the 60. I think it's really effective that you can get sufficient cleaning because most of my things are not really dirty. And I appreciate the time saving on that.
I'm training myself to use the time delay because actually to be able to put it on and to set it for a few hours in the future is great because obviously it's going to save money, but it's one of those things that is fantastic and I've done it twice, but a lot of times I just go and put the washing on and then think, damn, I should have done that afterwards, but I think that's brilliant.
It's a display screen that I really like. Great technology, you know what's happening, you know when it's happening, you know when it's going to finish. And I think it's excellent.
I did use the anti-allergy rinse. The person who came and plumbed it in said that was great to use with bedding because of, you know, mites and things like that. It's difficult to know whether it's worked or not, but the fact it's there as a function I think is something really positive. So quiet as well. I mean, I'm just comparing it with my old washing machine, which was so noisy.
You can have a phone conversation while going on in the background, which you couldn't do with machines 10 years ago.
Yeah, that was a bit of a surprise, the rotating dispenser drawer. I really wasn't sure what to expect from that. Fortunately, my mother was visiting. She has a similar model, so she told me where to put the powder. But yeah, it's quite a nice little touch to have it come out sideways rather than to pull out straight.
I think it's quite good, particularly for people with large families. When we were loading the machine on the first attempt, my wife was telling me off I was putting too much in. And I was saying, no, look, there's so much space. There was still about half a drum full of space, so we sort of filled it. So I'm really impressed with how much you can actually get in.
I love the super fast spin speed because when you've got it on your 1600 RPM, you take your clothes out and they're practically dry, and then saving so much money that, you know, if you're putting them into a tumble dryer afterwards or even hanging them on the line, you know, it takes half the time.
I used the anti-stain function for paint. When I was painting in the garden, I was using rags to put the finishing touches to my gate, and I was initially impressed with what the features of the Hotpoint offered in that area. When I selected the anti-stain wash program, it was really simple to operate, and I was really impressed just from the speed and the efficiency of the machine, insofar as being able to deal with that stain in question.
I feel really positive about Hotpoint. I've had quite a few appliances in the past, dishwasher, dryer, and now having the washing machine, and always really reliable, never have any problems with any of them. So very positive, certainly would be one of the first brands I would think about.
For me, this is the first time I've had a Hotpoint machine, and I'm quite impressed with the results.
I would recommend this machine most definitely. It offers a lot of features, has 28 wash programs, but largely it's eco-efficient, and that's what matters in this day and age.
I didn't particularly expect to be impressed, but I really can't give it anything other than 5 out of 5 because I can't find anything to fault with the washer.
Because of the way it functions, I would actually give it 5 out of 5.
I'd definitely give the Hotpoint Ultima machine 5 stars out of 5.
Well, I can't fault it, so I'm going to give it 5 out of 5.
I would give the Hotpoint a 5 out of 5. It's very well built and it's simple to use and it's very modern.